Alright, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. So we got even more spoilers for the Digimon DLC via the leaks from DN Codex. So special thanks to them for that. That being said, today we're going to be talking about a very interesting character that's coming back to Digimon Story Time Stranger, which I'm pretty excited to see how that sort of unfolds. We've got the 3 different DLCs with like a bunch of mission names, which Digimon are going to be present, which further confirms what I was talking about in another leak video, which DN Codex also put together. And then we're going to be sort of going through all of it. I'll have all the leaks on screen so you can like pause and read anything you want. We'll sort of be going through it quickly, but yeah, make sure to sit back, relax, subscribe, and let's dive in. Okay, guys, so I'm over here on the Digimon subreddit, and DN Codex said the following. Spoilers, full quest names for the DLC, Episode 1, Episode 2, Episode 3, some dialogues in between. And then they just preface this by saying, many users were asking for the source of the previous leak. That, if you don't know, is the leak that we covered a few days ago, where I showcased some of the Digimon that are coming to the DLC. Which, by the way, I just want to note, some of you guys were saying, oh yeah, we know these Digimon existed in the past. Yeah, a lot of the Digimon in Time Stranger are Digimon that have been around since the 90s. We know that. We just didn't know they were coming to the game. But anyway, and after it was used in a few YouTube videos, I decided to post the content-related images and are not the file, but modification made by me to make it easier to understand to the DLCs that's inside the file. It doesn't contain any. It doesn't contain only DLC info. A few clarifications. Why it wasn't found by other users, the file is located in a folder that doesn't usually contain important information. In the Japanese version, it's censored. In other languages, the file for the DLC is deleted in those sections, leaving all the quest codes. In a few other languages, it's only partially deleted, leaving a few quest names in all of the codes. Could this be dummy data or scrapped content? Yes, it could. However, we already have confirmation from the voice actor of 2 Digimon that match this file. It also appears that the Season Pass forms a single story arc across 3 DLCs that's already defined and even censored in the Japanese files. Is this file fake or made by me? No, with all the information I'm sharing here, such as the event ID and specific languages where the file is found, it's very easy to verify. Much of this is already mentioned in the replies to the previous post. The images I'm sharing here are only meant to make the information easier for everyone to understand. Can this change upon release? Yes. It's quite unusual that the Season Pass seems to have continuous... He said it's quite unusual that the Season Pass seems to have a continuous storyline while the DLCs themselves are released so far apart from each other. I don't think that's unusual, to be honest. I think it makes sense. They're trying to like keep people invested. It took me a lot of time to actually find this file. And I only found it thanks to Data Ravel's tweet about these special Digimon dialogues. Okay, so we're gonna go through all of these. It might seem a little bit dry, but we gotta do what we gotta do, okay? So here we go, we got DLC 1. I'm not gonna like read every little thing. You could pause the video if you want, but I'm gonna read some of the important things because we have confirmation that somebody's coming back for the DLC. So, begin DLC episode 1. Emerged in the first white room, encountering something about my brain whenever I try to read his name. I know it's Parallel Bomb, but I always want to call him Parella Elamon, like a parallelogram. Knocked into the corridor by Parallel Bomb's special move. Mirai's explanation. Then, this is the interesting part, you meet Kyoko in the corridor. Kyoko being the Cyber Sleuth main detective character. I'm not gonna spoil the ending, but yeah, she's in Cyber Sleuth, okay? And she played a part in the optional side quest that came with, I believe, the deluxe version of the game. Okay, so then we go, so yeah, meeting her in the corridor, part 1, part 2, part 3, meeting her, yeah, so 1, 2, 3, and then attempting to return to the hall leads to Shinjuku instead, goes straight into the event. Then you get a couple battles going on. You discover Blitz Greymon. Then force encounter against some lesser Digimon. First defeat of the enemy group after joining up. Examine the door and warp to another map. Once the event is over, the darkness clears and the party is able to move freely. Room featuring memories of Kurumai's parents, which is interesting. So Kurumai being Kyoko's last name. So yeah, we're gonna get more backstory for Kyoko from Cyber Sleuth, which is quite interesting. I wonder if she's gonna be the same one from Cyber Sleuth, or if this is like a parallel version of her. But then again, this is Parallelmon, so he could literally take us to Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth's world if he wants to. But the way the game wrapped up, it makes me kind of curious how things, like how Cyber Sleuth wrapped up. It makes me curious how that would work out. Trying to move to another map causes the party to end up in a white room. Same room again. It looks like you need to choose a correct door. Examine the proper door to proceed. Room featuring memories of Kurumai's parents, part 2. An unopenable door and an unsolvable riddle. So this is another quest name. In order to proceed, you need a backdoor key. Versus Digimon 1, the screen fades white and warps to another map. After Lanamon's defeat, okay, interesting. An unopenable door and an unsolvable riddle, part 2. That's there twice. Versus Digimon 2. After Ravemon's defeat, an unopenable door, part 3. 2 partners. Discovering Omnimon Zwart defeat. So these are all mission names, obviously. So the virus mutates part 1, the virus mutates part 2, Blitz Greymon and the others situation, the story of Dr. Simmons, Dr. Simmons' story, so more information about Dr. Simmons and Kyoko. So it's going to be kind of interesting because they kind of seem like counterparts to each other in a lot of ways, like even just design-wise and how they play their roles in the story. A little bit, like Kyoko's more of a detective, but they seem to have that same kind of like aura to them. Versus boss level Digimon is sleeping. Agiomon, I sense a strange presence up ahead. Are you ready to proceed? So Agiomon is going to play a part in this DLC, which is interesting. So is the DLC going to happen before the end of the game? Probably. It's probably going to be like before the final battle. That's when it's going to take place. That's what I'm thinking. Either that or it's a parallel Agiomon, because there's so many of them, including us. Confirmation before entering the boss's room. Versus Omnimon Zwart defeat. Versus Omnimon Alter B. Versus Omnimon Alter B, and then Digivolution scene. So I wonder if Omnimon Zwart defeat and the alters are just going to be like the same Digimon, but he keeps transforming. Wait until the end to use the trump card. Everyone's resolve. Captain Kurumai's in trouble. Versus Parallelmon Part 1 versus Parallelmon Part 2. Return of Alter S, Omnimon. Return of Kyoko. The door shut tight. The door looks open. There's nowhere else to go, so maybe we should check it out. It looks like the door over there just opened, but I have a bad feeling about this. Mirai. This place has been haphazardly strung together by Parallelmon. There should be an exit, though let's find it. We're back where we started. Let's find another open door. Here again, let us see if there are any doors that can be open. So you're going to get stuck maybe in some place in the in-between theater. There are some doors, I think the elevators, that you can't access right now. So maybe that's where this is going to go. And then Randomon is going to talk. I don't want to fight just because I was born a Titan. I just want to live a normal life. And then, oh, you're a foolish human. You're my stepping stone. So Randomon betrays you. And then we got so that was all DLC episode 1. Then we got DLC episode 2. So you're gonna join up with the Bancho in the White Room. Then you're gonna join up with Hiroko as well in the White Room. Parallelmon, there's gonna be some sort of, it says from faux Parallelmon tutorial to time passing montage. Then automatically taken from Bancho Lilymon's room through the use of a field event. Finding Bancho Lilymon, Finding Bancho Lilymon Part 2, Hiroko and Inori's memories, which if you remember, Hiroko's memories was a side quest, so that's interesting that they had that too. I wonder if you have to find more memories. I didn't like those side quests. Finding Bancho Stingmon, Part 1 and 2, Hiroko Sajisaka's memories, Part 2, Hiroko's memories, Part 2, Destroying the Crystal, Finding Bancho Golemon, Finding Bancho Golemon Part 2, Hiroko's Memories Part 3, Finding Bancho Mamemon, Post-Battle Conversation with Bancho Mamemon, More Memories Part 4, Black Crystals Have Been Gathered, Omnimon Merciful Mode's Return, Omnimon Merciful Mode's Truth, Finding Parallelmon again, restoring Hiroko's memories. So I wonder if the Hiroko memories from the side quest are actually something that like are related to the DLC, which already happened or something because of like time travel shenanigans. So that's kind of interesting. Total restoration of the heart versus Parallelmon. So by the way, we've already seen in these files a bunch of things confirming the Digimon leaks that I showcased in another video, like those Digimon being in the leaks. They're also shown in all of these obvious DLC quests. So for those saying, I saw one comment, one person was like, oh, the dev said that's not going to be in the game. Where? No, they didn't. Stop making stuff up. Escape Part 1, Escape Part 2, Escape Part 3. From faux Parallelmon tutorial to time passing montage. I should talk to Hiroko first. Choose Bancho to fight. Choose a Bancho to fight. Oh, you get to choose one of the Banchos. Okay. So you'll get one for free, it looks like. Then we got DLC number 3. Mirai's explanation. Omnimon X meets Dorumon in the White Room. So the antibody DLC is the third one. Okay, so if we go back a little bit. Yeah, so the first DLC is going to revolve around Kyoko and, you know, getting stuck in the hall and all that stuff. Then the second DLC is going to revolve around the Bancho Digimon. And then for the third DLC we have Mirai's explanation. Again, you meet Omnimon X. Then you meet with Omnimon X and the others, again, within the White Room. And you team up with Kyoko again. Meeting with the X program supporters. Then there's going to be 2 doors. 2 missions so revolving around that. From the supporter route to the X program's origin. From the supporter route to the X antibody reclamation battle, part 1 and 2. From the supporter route to conflict with the human world. From the opponent route to true purpose of the Digimon research. From the opponent route to the attack lab, part 1 and 2. The routes converge to the truth, part 1 and 2. Various responsibilities, part 1, 2, and 3. Dorumon digivolves into Alphamon, so Alphamon's back again. VS versus X program supporters versus X program opponents versus Parallelmon again. Promise part 1 and 2. Add-on White Room Omnimon X meets Dorumon rank C. The ranks you'll see here I think are the difficulty of the battle. A tentative fade out after being hit with Parallelmon's special move during a special event. On to the next event. Tentative, head to the door as per Omnimon X's instruction. Stand up from your seat, head to the restroom, head to the door once again, examine the other dimensions in between, and the White Room appears. Okay, and now it says Omegamon, but that's also Omnimon. Okay, we should open the next door. I'm opening the door. Wait, not yet. Okay, here we go. Cutscene of Omnimon opening the door. From the supporter route to Dr. Simmons' recollection. Then from the supporter route to the X antibody reclamation battle. From the supporter route to the X antibody reclamation battle part 2. From the opponent route to the birth of X antibody. From the opponent route to the public safety. So it looks like you're going to be able to choose. You're either going to do the supporter route or the opponent route. I wonder if you can do both. Because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like you're going to have some sort of like choice you can make in this one. Then you got Kuga's Justice part 1, 2, and 3. Battle Begins part 2. Alphamon's Digivolution. Challenging Parallelmon versus Parallelmon. Promise part 1 and 2. Are you ready to confront Parallelmon? I'm ready, or not yet. And that's the end of it. So all 3 DLCs are going to revolve around Kyoko and Parallelmon. That seems to be like the overarching narrative in this whole thing. It seems like Alphamon's going to digivolve it says Alphamon's Digivolution. He can DNA digivolve in Time Stranger, but I wonder if maybe he's going to have another Digivolution that'll allow him to access one of the... It would be weird though. Who's he going to digivolve into? Unless he's digivolving into Parallelmon or something, like a form changed, or like a... Not a form change, but like... Yeah, I don't know. Who's he going to digivolve into? One of the Omnimon forms? One of the... What, he's not... I don't think he's going to digivolve in one of the Banchos. But yeah, so that's basically the gist of the DLCs. He'll probably just digivolve into his DNA form for the story. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the DLCs. We have all these Mega Digimon. They're going to digivolve from branches of the previous Digimon that we already can obtain in Time Stranger. So we're going to have to like wait and see which Digimon will digivolve into who. All the Omnimon forms are going to be pretty obvious. But for example, to get some of the... like Crescarumon and those guys, they're probably going to be like branched off from other Digimon. Maybe the Spirit Digimon, I'm not sure. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on any new Digimon Story Time Stranger news or just Monster Taming news in general. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Peace.